Greetings and welcome back. So today I wanted to talk about my top 5 beach reads. So for me, a beach read is something light and fun to read over the summer, something you can read at the beach or by the pool, that you can kind of pick up and put down. You can be reading, but then put down, go do an activity, come back to it, and you're not going to lose the plot. Something just simple and fun and light to read in between summer activities. So first on my list is The Road Trip by Beth O'Leary. So it's this really cute story about two exes that happen to be, they're going to a mutual friend's wedding. Somehow they end up hitting their cars into each other. The guy's car is like wrecked, so he can't take it to the wedding. So he ends up going along with her, and they have a couple of friends along as well. So everybody's crammed in one car, driving to this wedding. So the two main characters broke up a few years ago, and we get bits of like flashback to their relationship, and you can kind of tell they're regretting having broken up, and so this is sort of a chance for them to like get to know each other again and kind of talk out the things that caused the breakup, and the journey is to see if like maybe will they get back together. And just it's a really fun road trip book. I love anything like that with road trips or travel, because you always get, someone going on a journey, they end up on an emotional journey at the same time. So you get a lot of nice parallels there, and it's just a really fun, cute book. It's a nice, light little romance, sort of I guess it's a second chance type of romance with a road trip to a wedding, and it's really cute. So I would recommend that one. The next book on my list is My Conan Only by Susannah. So this is a brother's best friend romance, a little bit of a secret relationship. So the brother's best friend has been in love with the girl since they were in high school, doesn't think he's good enough for her, but through like them sort of reconnecting, he finds out that yes, she is interested, but they get into sort of a secret relationship because they don't want their families to know about it yet. They just don't want like the judgment, or they're worried about what they'll say, or that it'll start like gossip and things. So they don't want to like share it with anybody else, because the families are really close. The guy's family is a big family. They own an ice cream factory in town, and so they're like a big family. So it's a little bit of that. It's just sort of that friends to lovers kind of romance novel with the added thing of the family aspect, because they have their main business, and our main character, he didn't go into the business, he does other things, so he feels like he's kind of like the black sheep of the family, and so he doesn't feel like he's good enough, kind of a thing. And it's sort of their journey there. And the My Conan Only is really good because it's part of a 6-book series about the King family, which is that family that owns the ice cream factory. So there's a bunch of other books going over the other siblings' relationships as we go on. So it's kind of nice I like when there's series that like surround a group of people, like a family or a group of friends kind of thing. So that's a really fun, nice, light little read. And it's cute. And so, you've got the secret relationship, they're in Texas, you got the ice cream factory kind of thing. So it's a really fun read. And then third on my list is Under Lock and Key by Lana Ferguson, which is an enemies to lovers. It's set in Scotland. And the twist is that, so the girl moves back to Scotland because like her dad used to live there, but apparently her family and our other protagonist family like were rivals. So move back, they're not getting along, but like the twist is she finds out that the guy, there's been like a curse put on his family, and so he turns into the Loch Ness Monster every night. So initially reading the synopsis, I was like, this is going to be weird. I'm going to try it, but it's done very well. Like you'd think it'd be absolutely ridiculous, and it's far-fetched, but it's well done. Like you actually care about the characters, and you get to know more about the family. And the girl, she comes back because her father dies, and he had moved away because he gets sort of been estranged from the family. So she comes back and kind of gets to know her family again and feel connected to like that side and to Scotland where she's moved. And so it's a good cast of characters, and you really care about them all. So it makes up for the sort of ridiculousness of the Loch Ness Monster aspect, but it's very well done. And then next is Cold World by Alicia Thompson. This one is a friends to lovers romance. So it's actually set they both work at this winter attraction in Florida. So it's actually like, It's set in Florida, but it's an indoor thing where they do like ice skating and fake snow, and it's sort of to like replicate that postcard New England winter Christmas kind of thing as an attraction in Florida. So it's not exactly like set in summer, but it's a cute little romance story. It's the friends to lovers. And even because again, it's set in Florida, so they do go to the beach at some point, even though it's like December, and it is centered around winter and December and stuff, but it's kind of a nice contrast to, the hot weather of summer. So I think it would be a good summer read. You get to feel, read about a cold place. It combats the heat of the summer. So that one's a really cute one, and it's a nice theme and really fun. And then top on my list is Lease on Love by Falon Ballard. This one is it's actually a strangers to friends to lovers story. Our main protagonist, she ends up she can't afford her apartment anymore, so she rents a room from a guy. Like he owns this house because his parents died and left it to him, so he's renting out sort of like an apartment space in there. And so she moves in and they get to know each other because he's actually kind of a recluse because of emotional things. So like he's only been like hanging out in the house, and she kind of helps like bring him out again and start doing things. And she has some like self-esteem issues. She thinks she's like a terrible person, and he helps convince her like, no, you're fine. Just because somebody sometime told you they didn't like your attitude or something doesn't mean you're necessarily a bad person. So like it's kind of a cute dynamic there. And so like they get to know each other and they end up falling in love, and it's a little like awkward at first because she's like renting a room from him, but like so they're like living together, but then they start a relationship. It's really cute. And along with that, our main character she's trying to start her own floral business. So she's like starting that up in the house and like learning how to run her own business and do her own thing. So it's a nice sort of reinventing yourself sort of story. And the characters are really fun, and it's a really cute, charming, fun read. So that's my top recommendation for a fun summer beach read. So let me know down in the comments if you read any of these, what you think, or if you have your own recommendations for your favorite beach reads. Let me know down in the comments. I'd love some more recommendations. And as always, I hope you all have a wonderful day.